lock the door with the bomb. All right, the Baron is dropped this through very carefully, as you can see. All right, now we are filming this. This is aviation history. It's never been done in the history of the world. Hey, happy Father's Day to everybody out there! Hey, take off like that. The Breitling girls over in England, they take off up there on the top rack, and they're 4 Stearmans, and they just stay there. But we're going to do something that has never, ever, ever been done. And you are part of history right here at the Flying Circus. You can go online and research this until you get tired of researching it on Google, because you're not going to find it ever being done. What's going to happen is, again, Chuck Tippett will take off. He's the finest flight instructor you'll ever see. He checks us all out in our airplanes. I have a little French airplane designed in the 50s, designed by Claude Peel. And Chuck had never even flown in that. He checked me out, taught me how to fly it. And of course, he checks people out in a lot of different airplanes. He's a seaplane pilot as well. All right, here we go. Takeoff roll. Again, Joe is in the front seat. We're not going to get up on the wing for a minute yet. That's Chuck Tippett's way of taking off. You point at the trees, pull up at the last moment. That way you've got plenty of airspeed in case your engine coughs or anything like that at the end of the runway. That's why it's a nice technique. Just kind of point down there at the trees and then yank it up at the end. All right. Now, again, you'll see a lot of air shows, and you'll see wing walking from a long, long way. You don't even know what they're doing. Chuck and Joe are going to, and I hate to talk all the way through your video, Alan, but I'm going to have to explain to the people. Maybe you can edit me out, I don't know. Anyway, Chuck and Joe are going to do all of the maneuvers directly in front of you. The first one is the climb out. No parachute, no safety rope. No parachute, no safety rope. He's on the wing. And there he is. That's wing walking, folks. Give him a hand. That's wing walking. And he has to also, unfortunately, the wing wants to fall to the left. Your right hand is on the control stick, so you have to muscle that thing over to the right. You're doing that, and you're also kicking right rudder. You're doing this the whole time. And man, you better have some good muscles, and don't lose your concentration. Keeping it all low, keeping it all right in front of you. The smoke will dissipate here in a moment, and you'll see what Joe is going to do for you. Remember, this is the first wing walker. Joe is going to hang down underneath the wing and let go with his hands. There he goes. No parachute, no safety rope, dangling under the left wing at 80 miles an hour. Now the sit up into the wind. Oof, boy, that takes some stomach muscles right there. Now stepping very carefully on the intersection of the leading edge and the ribs, because it's a fabric-covered wing. He'll make his way back to the center of the wing. This we call the flying javelin. If you look at the other Stearmans while you have a chance, biplanes, you'll see an X. The wires make an X between the wings, holding all of the wings together very strong. There's a broomstick type of a thing right on, that holds it together right there. That's the javelin. Joe is going to lie on top of that and fly like Superman. So here he is, Christopher Reeve, coming down. Lying on top of it, the javelin flight, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is holding him on. Nothing. No safety rope, no parachute. Between the wings, on the javelin. Climbing for airspeed on a hot, climbing for altitude on a hot day. isn't working on a hot day, is it? I'm doing the best I can. All right, climbing for altitude using that 450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney and varying the pitch back into a low pitch. Works like the gears in a car. Chuck gets up enough altitude on a hot day like this so he can loop the airplane. Now remember, Joe is still between the wings. Joe Bender, the first wing walker. Chuck Tippett, the pilot, temporarily. That's why this is so important. Father's Day salute to end all Father's Day salutes. Okay, we're going to dive to 130 miles an hour. Joe is on the Javelin. And we're going to loop the airplane. You ready? And he did. Now you guys have the commercial music up there that you're playing. If this is going to be a commercial video, you're going to run into a real problem. You got to pay royalties on it. I would go with that. That's safer. All right, Joe is going to get back into the cockpit. Now, this is the first time we've done it, so I'm pretty much following it through as you, even though we've talked it through, there could be changes. So Joe is now in the front seat, and he can fly the airplane. But he's climbing up to the top. Again, we're on the top. Okay, Johnny King has brought out the wing walking posters. For all of you who didn't get a poster, we have them right here. You just bought one. Good for you. Good for you. The posters are right here. Johnny will say. We're going to loop the airplane to Joe Bender on the top wing. Who came from another state? Nobody? Here's one of my photographer friends. What do you got? Joe Bender on the top wing. We're going to loop the airplane. Chuck Tippett doing the flying. World's greatest flight instructor right there. Most aware guy I've ever seen in the air. Here we go. Joe Bender on the top wing hanging by his feet. And he did it. A nice tight loop. Now we'll get a handshaking pass, Alan. And since you've got a telephoto lens, and my friend over here does too, you might be able to, it's hard for us to see the handshaking pass, but if you get a close-up, it would make a super shot in a magazine somewhere. Well, let's see what we have here. Come down. And you got the handshake pass. All right. Now Joe is going to get into the front seat and he will fly the airplane. Chuck Tippett will climb out of the back seat and he will walk the wing. Aviation history right here. Two wing-walking pilots who are themselves wing walkers exchanging places in an airplane and performing the same routine, one after the other. Except this will be a little different. Chuck is going to climb to the top wing. And instead of doing a loop, Joe is going to do a barrel roll. Now at the top of the barrel roll, which is about the same as a loop as far as the force of gravity here, Chuck Tippett will perform what he can only do alone, and that's called the Tippett tiptoe. The Tippett tiptoe, I'll explain. I'll set my water down here. The Tippett tiptoe is like this, extending one foot, both arms, and hanging by one toe. That's what he's going to do. There's nobody in the world that does that. No parachute, no safety rope. Both arms out. One foot extended and hanging by the toe. Tippett tiptoe. Now Joe is going to have to hit that same 130 miles an hour. This will be the climb-up pass. Chuck will climb out, Alan, Heath, to the top wing. Out of the back seat to the front seat. Nobody has ever done that I've ever seen in my life. From the back seat over to climb up to the top wing. Wow. Actually climbed out of the back seat onto the wing. So there we are on the left wing. Climbing out of the back seat of a Stearman. All right, here we come with a javelin pass. And now Chuck Tippett. Well, he's out on the end of the wing first, for an end of a wave pass. Again, 1 foot. Now we're gonna, and the man who was flying the airplane is now walking the wings. Climbing for altitude so that we can do a barrel roll. The human javelin. Now Chuck is doing the javelin. And there he goes. Chuck Tippett is a lineman for the Rappahannock Electric Company. For any of you within about 5 counties, I can guarantee he's put your power back on before. During that awful hurricane without a rain that we had, which knocked out about 380 poles and trees, Chuck was out there working endless hours along with many crews from around the East Coast, putting everybody's power back on. And he's out on the miserable nights restoring your power. He's a lineman, well-loved, beloved lineman throughout the county. There's Chuck on that left wing, flying a javelin. Power's back. Chuck's climbing up to the top wing. And there he is. As you can see, each man can fly the airplane equally well. Each man walks the wing equally well. No, it's never been done. And we are all witnessing. My chin is on the ground as well as everybody else's, believe me. Now, they've practiced this, of course, many times. And I have not been here to see that, but they've told me they've been out practicing this. So this is not the first time they've done it, but it's the first time in front of the people. And since Alan Heath is going to put it on the internet, it will be seen by millions. And Alan Heath will be a famous video reporter and make $1 million. He's smiling. Climbing for altitude, again, you vary the pitch back to a low pitch. It's like the first gear in a car. 450 horsepower, full throttle, and you get up to altitude. Now, Alan, you'll be able to get it, but it's hard to see, but you're about to see the only guy in the world that can do this, the Tippett tiptoe. Again, arms will be out, 1 foot extended, hanging by the toe of the other foot. No parachute, no safety rope. Tippett tiptoe. I'll be quiet. Alan, you can get a nice video. You ready? Here we go. Barrel roll with the Tippett tiptoe. And hopefully Alan got a close-up of that. Because it's hard to see down here, but you'll see it on the replay. This is amazing. It's absolutely an amazing aviation event, ladies and gentlemen. And we've seen them over the years, but man, this is a good one. All right, now, looks like we'll have the handshake pass. Is that correct, or just a pass? Let me see. No, this is just a Tippett tiptoe explanation. There it is right there. You can see the foot is out, the arms are extended. And that's what it would look like. And that's what it did look like. All right. We got a lot of airplane rides to give, and we're going to be doing the airplane rides very, very, very soon. So you get ready. As soon as the air show stops, we will open the gates for a few minutes, let you visit and get your autographs, and then we're going to go right into the airplane rides, because a lot of airplane rides are here. But don't worry, we can fly till 9 o'clock if we need to. Motorcycle Day coming up July 29th. I want everybody to bring the bikes out here. I want to get 500 motorcycles out. I'm going to give away 5 free airplane rides to the bikers. Get in for $10 a piece. Handshake pass, Alan. With Chuck climbing back into the back seat. Nobody's ever seen that before in the history of aviation. Give him a hand, folks. That right there was the most staggering thing I've ever seen in my life. Climbing down from the top wing into the back seat, not the front seat. Now once they land, Chuck will climb up on the top wing and we'll taxi up here with Chuck on the top wing so Alan can get a nice picture of that. Bring it on down and keep the speed up, because there's 2 guys in there. You need to keep moving. I already found that out the hard way the other day. And they made a beautiful landing with that one. Joe's still flying. Chuck was just waving his arms at Alan here. Anybody wants a poster of that, come over and get one. And on the top wing. Now Chuck's going to be on that top wing. He'll kind of demonstrate the Tippett tiptoe for you. when he gets up in here. Like that, okay? You can see him right now. He's trying to... the field is rough. If anybody has a grader, please bring it out here. That's what's needed. Just to grade this whole thing and resod it. They did it. Give them a hand, folks. That's it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They did it. There's the Tippett tiptoe right there. The Tippett tiptoe. Victorious. Victorious. Victory. Victory. All right. Aviation history right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for being here to witness this event today. I hope it was worth sitting out here in the heat. Come on by. We still got one of my favorite parts, the Florida League. And happy Father's Day to each and every one of you out here in the crowd, those that are father figures, and the ladies too.
Chuck and Joe, you did it. Give him a hand, folks, so he can hear right here. That's aviation history, no hyperbole. You're going to see it on the internet by Alan Heath. I'm sure it'll take a few nights of editing to get that thing where it's usable.
Watch here, you watch, it's pretty cool. You're going to hear a big bomb go off.
It's going to be on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. Sweet. Here you go. Here you go, young man.
He took me up last week.
You did?
He's a good man. Good man.
Thank you very much.
We couldn't reach the last one.
I figured we'd make history whether I fell or you did it, made it.
I was joking around back here. I said, why don't they have Chuck come out of the back?
What do you think, Diane? Thank you for witnessing that. Is that crazy?
Let me get it real fast.
Is that crazy?
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Awesome.
Real fast, so he can get a break.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad?
That was incredible. Dad! Dad!
Just a little bit.
Hey, Joe, you come over and sign these autographs too, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed beautiful.
No, it's not.
By God above. It starts now as the pilots perform a Florida League.
There you go.
You'll be in a pretty formation right over your hands. Get your cell phone ready. Get your camera, cell phone, whatever you got. And you get a nice picture.
There you go.
It will go directly over your head.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, you gotta bring
Hey,
your
you're
camera
enough.
autographs too, buddy. This is it, man.
There he is.
Big history guys rather than him.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
You did it,
That's
Joe.
cool.
Good man. You did
I gotta
sign
go
some
taxi
too.
up. I'll be right back.
All right, buddy.
That was a pilot. Thank you, ma'am.
I forgot to tell you, you taught him how to fly.
I know. Taught him how to fly, taught him how to wing walk, taught him how to fly the wing walker, and now he's flying me. That's incredible,
Take a
Alan.
picture.
You're a good teacher.
Well, my students don't have any more sense than I do. Here you go. How you doing, young man?